Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
This is Ed Cohen in San Diego, 92101, downtown on State Street. So this program is called Global San Diego TV Talk Show, but it's got a nickname, at least one. And so my favorite is 92101 Plus, because it's all about San Diego and the downtown area and things adjacent to the downtown. In other words, this place is hot and it's growing. Almost every corner in the downtown business district is being redeveloped. And that means that the place is a mess right now with new pipes and rerouting traffic and a lot of noise from construction. So the pandemic has been a strange time here in downtown San Diego because there's a lot of business that evaporated and a lot of people disappeared for a long time. And then about this past May, the hotels began opening up. We live right downtown here at Seaport Village, where all the hotels and the tourist places are. And all of a sudden it got crowded beginning in May. And it's been building ever since. The Hyatt, Hilton, booked solid on weekends. Great for business. Long time coming. So we decided that I want to do more about San Diego and talk more and share it with our worldwide audience. And I've asked Tori Williams to consider joining us in this launch vehicle today. And welcome, Tori Williams.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ed. I'm so happy to be here. I've learned so much about the Global TV station and how much you've done since the pandemic. So it's an honor to be here with you.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, and someday we'll do this in person.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I love your floral take here. This is cool, and I'm glad we don't clash here. We've got some good color mix here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tori, you're digital marketing specialist, Soulful Media Marketing. That's a cool name, and so. I see your formal name is Latoria Williams.
Yes, Latoria.
Latoria. See, I'm not educated enough here. So, but I'll work on it.
Yes.
Okay, so digital marketing means what?
So digital marketing is basically marketing online and advertising your business and services and products online, all digitally. So this kind of takes place from the traditional marketing where you do broadcasts and maybe billboards and things like that, but everything's online now. And so this space have become so popular and kind of over popular over the last 20, 30 years, because people are starting to notice, okay, there's more traction online than actually people going into stores and purchasing and getting goods and services. So a lot of businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs and different things are starting businesses online, which is where I came up. I started my business in social media marketing in 2019 after doing marketing for about 6 years. I graduated in 2016 with a bachelor's in science and marketing. And so, but strangely enough, even when I graduated, I went to Lincoln University, the HBCU in Missouri. They actually weren't even teaching about social media marketing and digital marketing in college back then. And so.
And it wasn't that long ago.
No, not at all. So this is all very new, all very kind of prevalent, happening right now. It's been moving so fast. And so when I got my first job in marketing out here in San Diego, it was like a whole new world. A whole new world opened up to me with the opportunities, the possibilities, and all different avenues of marketing. Because when people think of digital marketing, they might just automatically assume social media marketing. But it's just so much more that goes in digital marketing, which is email marketing, SEO, content marketing. Of course, you have paid ads and different things like that. So just a lot more goes into digital marketing. And so the field is just have so many different opportunities for people if they want to start their business and get their business online.
So I've heard of something recently, and I love it. I really haven't had time to do a deep dive on it, but perhaps you have. It's called influencer marketing. So what is that? That's like you and me talking and getting people more interested in what we're doing. We're trying to influence their thinking.
Absolutely, absolutely. So influencer marketing kind of really started on Instagram, but it's been around for years. So when you have celebrities that's promoting for certain brands, they're essentially an influencer for that brand. And so now what brands do, they get regular everyday people, like you and me, to get them to talk about and promote their products on their platforms. So if you have a large audience and people that follow you and that trust you, there's a lot of potential for brands and small businesses to get their products sold by influencers just based off their audience.
Okay, this is cool. So let's talk about advertising messages. This is not a complete sentence, it's just bullet points.
Okay.
Advertising messages, but done digital, and then how to do them and where to do them. Like, for instance, I live on LinkedIn. Okay, I've got access to Slack, and I've got an Instagram, and I've got Facebook, and I never look at them though.
Right.
But on LinkedIn, I just love it, and it feeds me and influences me and connects me with a lot of people. I have almost 18,000 direct connections and a lot more followers. And when through the groups in LinkedIn, just for instance, when we send out I wouldn't even call it a blast, but a series of staccato blasts. It's really directing targeted messages through the link. It's like over 500,000. It goes out like in a half hour. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to see the darn thing,
right?
But it's going to be in their inbox. And if it's an intelligent topic sentence without being offensive, being helpful, and it doesn't cost anything, try us. It's free, and that's the way to go.
Yeah. I've learned that LinkedIn is really good for business to business type of marketing, or just business to business type of relationships, and building relationships with people in the target market that you're looking to serve. I'm actually trying to get more active on LinkedIn. Is something that is not really for, like, I guess, my generation, if you want to say, just be more on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or, things like that, where it's just kind of more active. But I'm learning that the type of clients that I want to attract are on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is like the business platform. Right?
So the thing is, with LinkedIn, you have a personal, and then within the personal, under your personal name, you can put in right underneath that business info. But you can't put business info in the headline.
Right.
That's on one side. The other side of LinkedIn, which is a new developing thing, is a page under the business name. And then you put the personal stuff underneath it. And so, frankly, I haven't done that yet, because the other way has been working just fine with me. And so people, so I'm trying to build that up as a personal business tool rather than a business, trickle down. But it takes time, and it really takes some thinking, because you got to be careful to play by their rules, and it's not that hard. It's just that you have to be aware of that. So Tell me about the kinds of customers you have been focusing on. And then the next question will be, okay, where do you want to go? So
Yeah.
what have you been doing the past 6 months or a year?
So for the past 6 months to a year, I've been working with small business owner type clients that have like boutique type of businesses, also coaches. So earlier this year, I was working with a friend of mine, actually. She has an insurance business and she's trying to start it up from the ground up. So, I help them kind of conceptualize their idea and bring it into fruition, if you will. So they have, they have the business, they have the LLC, they kind of just have the basics. I kind of help them get acclimated online. So I help them with their website, with their logo, with their social media presence and their bio, also with a Google My Business page. Now, a lot of people don't know a Google My Business page is essential for any business.
I haven't done that. Wow.
Oh, come on, Ed. Come on.
I
What
got
you
it.
doing?
I know. I have a Google, but I don't have a Google My Business.
Yeah, Google My Business page is essential. It's essential because, like, for example, someone's in your area or looking for services that you offer, then they can search, pizza near me or something like that. Your business will pop up. And so that's actually how I've gotten a few of my clients, just by putting my business on Google My Business page. So they're looking for marketing services, looking for someone to help them with their logo, their website. My business will pop up on those listings.
So
right?
GoogleMyBusiness.com.
Google My Business page. You actually can just go to Google and type that in, and then it'll come up for you. So you can register your business on Google My Business page.
Well, thank you very much. And
yes.
our audience is going to like hearing that. So
Absolutely.
let's talk to your audience now, not mine. Okay, so let's just focus in. Now so a lot of your customers are insurance or in a retail environment.
Yes, insurance, retail, or because I've kind of been working with a variety of clients, just kind of get a good feel of who I like working with. This last project that I worked on was actually really exciting. It was a conference. It was a Women in Tourism and Hospitality conference. And so, with the hotels and everything kind of just opening back up, this was
Right.
like a perfect opportunity. So me and the director worked together to help spread the word about the conference. And the conference was actually about a week ago. So the conference just passed, but it was an amazing experience. Just everything that I learned with project management and all the different moving parts. And so basically, I just like to help small business owners who have a product or a service and they want to get their message out to the masses. So I help them come up with a marketing campaign. It includes social media marketing. It includes email marketing. It includes also content marketing with blogging and different things like that. Because if you're just only on one avenue, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, you need to spread it across all the avenues and be able to be noticed on these different platforms.
But this takes a lot of time and brain power.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why you have to have a team of marketing team to help you with it. Like I do coaching or I do it for you.
Okay, now let's back up for a second here. So start over. You're talking about tourism.
Yes.
And what else?
So it was women in tourism and hospitality.
Okay, women in tourism focusing on hospitality, which means meet and greet. It means hotels, lodging. Yes. It means restaurants also, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Let me ask you a question before. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just ideas. So what about a tie-in with sports? Because with sports, there's tourism. People follow teams. Yeah. Whether it's college or even high school, and of course in the pros, it's too bad we don't have the charges here. But we're going to get the soccer team and the Gulls, the hockey team, and there's some other things going on too. But when there's sports, like for instance, when San Diego State plays football or basketball, which they're pretty
Mhm.
good in, and they have a good program. People come in from out of town to attend the games. Not that many, but they come with money and they stay in hotels and they go out to eat.
Mhm.
Now, they're not going to go to the Ritz, but they're going to go to some good places, whether it's
Yeah.
Fifth Avenue, a Little Italy, or North Park or South Park or the Barrio or wherever.
Mhm.
So they're going to bring money. And so this just broaden that a little bit. And I want to tell you why I bring that up, because a client of mine in New York City is doing almost the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Is melding together the role of professional sports, like the NBA in Brooklyn. So there's the Brooklyn Nets, all right?
Yeah.
And then there's a hockey team that plays in this center, Barclays Center, which is a brand new Madison Square Garden kind of thing, okay? And they tie together the money that comes with the people visiting, out-of-towners who are in New York, and they go to games, they go to sports. And she's tied that in with some friends of hers who work in the Area Economic Development Corp, which is like a Chamber of Commerce or a San Diego tourism development, right?
Right.
So there's broaden that scope, and under that umbrella, you find all these other different things that are directly associated when you think bigger.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of tying it together.
Yeah.
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 And I will send you, when we get off, I will send you the link to my TV interview with Louisa, and you'll get it. I mean, she's a spark, just like you. I mean, a great personality, a great presence, and super tuned in to where you want to go
Yeah.
in your own space. So now let's go back to you and a deeper dive in 92101 plus area. Okay, there's a lot going on here. It's a business center. It's international trade and travel, and a lot of people from around the world live in the greater San Diego area.
Yes.
And there's a huge, I mean, there's more than one population. There's a lot of populations.
Right.
How are you going to influence them all?
So I'm focusing on local small businesses, because this is like huge San Diego. There's so many different areas. There's north,
Right.
up there in Del Mar and Solona. There's downtown, and then there's a little further down, kind of like where I live, by Chula Vista and National City and Imperial Beach. So I'm focusing locally right now to be able to help local small business owners, because I feel you can build better relationships that way when you actually live in the town that you're trying to help the potential client in. And so that's what I've been focusing on currently, because I've only been living out here for about 4 years. But yeah, I'm focusing on kind of building my brand and building my presence locally.
So I have to tell you that that Joanne and I, although we live in downtown here, but we get in the car and we go to IB, and we go walking on the IB pier, and we do some of the bars and restaurants there too, and it's really a cool place, and
Yeah.
it's not really undiscovered. It says that it's mainly locals and the people who are relishing in the redevelopment
Yes,
and the economic
definitely.
redevelopment of that area there. And also in South Bay, as you mentioned, there's some new developments around the Chula Vista Harbor. Not only a marina, but they're going to bring in some kind of a convention center. They've been talking,
really?
they've been talking about it forever, but it looks like it got funding, and it's going to be near the port area. Apparently, they have some open land that overlooks the bay.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it's going to become a tourist attraction.
That'd be good for definitely for this, South Bay area.
Right.
Need more tourists, more people kind of coming to this area. But I like it kind of right now because it's kind of a laid back, lazy beach town. So it's not like too crazy, not a lot going on. But yeah, definitely more businesses are popping up, more hotels are popping up down here. So yeah, definitely more opportunity for
Right.
tourists.
Yeah, revitalizing. So now everybody needs, including me, I didn't even know about Google business page, boy. So, and I've got a Google account system, but
And it's free. It's free, no charge. Just sign up for it.
thank you. I've just made a note of it too. Okay, so how would you help a small business? Well, let's just say a restaurant, okay?
Okay.
But they practice the COVID protocols and they keep clean, and they've got a following in this building.
Mm-hmm.
So that person, that family, they don't have a big marketing budget. They're gonna hire you by not hiring you, but giving you a contract to help them, advise them on what to do, and egg them on, and perhaps
Right.
do it for them,
Right.
and then make sure that it works. Because if it does work, well, they're going to spend more money with it. Of course they will,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it'll still
So,
be cheaper than hiring you.
exactly. So what I would do for the small business owner for a restaurant, I would kind of go in and look at what they're already doing currently to bring in new customers and new clients, or if they even have new foot traffic, or is it just like existing and kind of like the people that they already know, but of course you want new customers and new patrons to come to the restaurant. And so, and I'll also just look at their online presence because truth be told, everyone is online. Everyone has a cell phone.
Right.
So if I look up the restaurant, I'm looking for, okay, what does your Google My Business page say? And do you have some good reviews? Because if people are looking in the area looking for their food, they're going to want to see those reviews. They're going to want to see, okay, this is a 5-star, people are recommended, this is good to go. So those are the main two things that I look at. And then I look at their website presence. Is it user friendly? Is the menu easy to read? Is it easy to get to? Can people make orders online? All these things are important for like a small business. Like if you don't have, especially during these times, maybe people not coming in, you have to be accessible to other ways for people to get your food. Basically.
So you set up deals with Uber Eats or DoorDash?
Yes. So you would go and you would sign up for all of those listings for food delivery. So Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, all of those. You can be on all those platforms. And the more you're on, the better, because you don't know which platform people like to use. But if you're on all of them, it's easier for people to see your actual restaurant and see what you offer.
So part of that would be menu construction or reconstruction to fit the takeout.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's all going to be in a box or a bag or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can change the menu just for delivery, because sometimes some older restaurants and stuff like that, they have these huge menus. They have like 100 and something items on there. And it's like, who's going to read all of this? No one's going to go through and actually read all. They might actually swipe out of it because it's too overwhelming. So I would definitely say consolidate the whole menu. Put your top selling menu items on there so people can see and get reviews for those items. Like, oh, I love this. Ask your customers for reviews. Like, oh, can you please send me, can you please give me a review on my Google page or my Yelp page, because Yelp is very important too as a directory listing. And ask people to actually give you reviews, because those are the main areas that people are looking to decide whether they want to be a patron at your restaurant or not.
So they'll trust somebody else rather than try to just do it on their own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So can you trust the reviews?
Most of the time, yes. It's the reviews, but it's also the imagery, how you have everything kind of set up. All of it goes into the actual display of the restaurant. But the reviews are the number one top-notch thing that people kind of look at before they actually go to a restaurant.
So now what about the QR code? Is that relevant to this kind of a thing?
Yes, it is. So the restaurants that I've been to that use QR codes, they're using the QR codes for their digital menus. So instead of having paper menus or anything like that, you can just go to the restaurant, scan the QR code, and you'll have the menu on your phone. Now, it wouldn't necessarily be relevant if you're putting it on your website, because they're already online, so QR codes aren't really necessary online. But say if you're putting out flyers about your business around town or things like that, that QR code would be very beneficial.
Hi, this is Ed, and I thank you for tuning in to Global TV Talk Show, a unit on globalbusinessnews.net. We broadcast to the world, as you know by now. So I wanted to make sure that you understand that our programs are advertising supported. We're grateful for co-sponsors, advertisers. They have a marketing budget coupled with a strong desire to be associated with our top quality program. And of course, I'm grateful. Thank you. So for the next few minutes, you're going to see some commercials. It's mostly very low key, and our prices are very, very reasonable. Our exposure for the advertisers go 12 months and beyond. Some of our advertisers have been with us since March, April of 2020. And Google Analytics has tracked over 125,000 what they call audience page views, which means you looking at this page, that's a page view. Now, if you happen to go to one of our other shows or to our radio broadcasts or to our newspaper or magazine, those become additional page views as measured by Google Analytics. And so when they say 125,000 since spring of 2020 up through Labor Day, a month ago, that's pretty good numbers. And the past 30 days, Google Analytics has measured just under 6,000 audience page views. And that, according to them, is a 42% increase in audience participation over the month of August. So thank you very much. Well, here's our advertisers, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes or so, and we'll proceed with this interesting conversation. Thank you.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by
The Bridge School, the accredited international online private school of choice, at bridgek12.org.
Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by airs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at airs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
And by International Auto Source. We are the vehicle experts for expats, featuring all major brands of automobiles with flexible solutions and financing. On the web at intlauto.com.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
Something that's really neat is that the Bridge School partners with various organizations to provide learning for their students. For example, we partner with a major ballet company, and we are able to enroll several of their students into our school. So now not only is the student able to participate in a school and have a seamless transition while they're very active in their ballet career, but now they have other dancers that are with them that are doing some of the same courses. So it's almost becoming a camaraderie where they're taking similar courses, they're working together on their ballet, and really being able to form this great partnership with these organizations to provide a needed service. A lot of times there are student athletes who will spend hours and hours at the gym or at the basketball courts, wherever it is. And if they're attending a traditional school, they're in school from 8 to 3. They get a quick snack, and then they're at the gym for 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Coming to us and having that partnership, they're able to break that up throughout the day. They can have a morning practice, get some schooling in, have an afternoon practice, finish their schooling in the evening. So there's that flexibility. And additionally, if there are tournaments or performances, it's fantastic because if there's a week where they have shows straight through, they can take that week off of learning and then pick back up when they're done. So it offers this great flexibility. And for the program owners of these sports leagues, it is a win-win situation for them because they see this need. They see this need that their students need to make sure that they are obtaining the grades necessary to be successful adults in our country and in other countries. But it provides them an environment where they can be successful at both.
Hi, I'm Sergey Gorbatov.
I'm Angela Lane.
Together we are researchers, writers and practitioners in the field of human resources.
And we've also been multi-country, multi-assignment career expats.
We owe our professional development and growth to a very large extent to the international assignment opportunities that we have had.
But in a world where distributed work may become the norm, we also want to understand what happened to the nature, duration, and purpose of international assignments.
Together with our colleague, Julian Delzell from the University of South Carolina, we're undertaking a study on the future of expatriation.
And we'd value your contribution. You can participate in this important study by completing a simple 10-minute questionnaire.
Access the questionnaire by typing in your browser tinyurl.com/expert study. That's tinyurl.com/expert study. You can also find the link here on Ed's website next to this video.
Thank you for joining us in this study. In return for your contribution, we'll provide you with a copy of our research.
And of course, you'll be invited to an exclusive webinar hosted by Ed, where we will share our findings right here on Global Business News.
And so please go to tinyurl.com/expat study. Take the survey so that we can better understand the future of expatriation.
So now let's go into demographics, and let's just talk about age right now. So the food really drives the age bracket, not the other way around, right? So I mean, let's say I'm the owner of this restaurant, okay, and our specialty has been Italian food or something, okay, and let's just say it's Sicilian rather than Northern Italian, and so how would you market that kind of a thing? This is just off the top of our heads now. So would you put a picture of Tony Soprano and a machine gun on the menu?
No, the food would actually have to sell itself. And so you can pair it with, other catchy type of, theme or logo or anything like that. But the food is the main character, is what they came for. And so if you want to do a commercial of a younger couple or someone, or even a family out having food at your restaurant and showing that this is a family-oriented restaurant, bring your family in, you can eat here, that type of thing. I don't really think it matters for us, like how you target. how you target it, but you have to have your food on display to be able to sell itself. And so if it's like, if you have a pub or a bar within the restaurant, you can show some buddies at the bar, you know, drinking and watching the screens and things like that. And so it's just different aspects of the restaurant or of your services that you want to highlight.
Got it. Okay, so let's talk about a different kind of business. Let's say it's a retail store and catering to women's stuff. Okay, and let's just say younger women. Okay, so it's their product line, number one, you know, who's gonna, what is there to buy, and how are they reaching out now? Okay, so they got a website, but they don't use sliding pictures to show like people on the runway.
Right.
All right. They just put a picture. And so you would tell them to use a sliding picture or add a click to a YouTube video or something.
So I would tell them to start an email list. Start an email list and start emailing previous customers and also new people that come to the website and give them a 10% off of their first purchase. And so once you do that, you get people interested on maybe what you have, but you have to stay on them with the email list because you're showing them about the new arrivals, you're showing them about the clearance, the deals, the sales, and kind of staying on top of their mind. Of course, you have social media marketing and different things like that to play a factor in it. And with that, you can do influencer marketing. Send an influencer a few of your pieces and have them to wear it on their live when they go live and have their audience see like, oh, this piece is from Soulful Media Boutique. Go ahead and click the link in the bio if you guys like this shirt. Different things like that you can do to like get people to your website. But it's not, if your website is the only place that you're kind of like coming from, you need traffic to come to your website. So it's like having that email marketing, having that your ads running, and then having like the social media marketing to add to it as well.
So some people call it a blog, but what we're talking about is relationships. Okay. And when somebody goes to a store and they spend $20 or 50 or $100 on a skirt, blouse, pocketbook or something, they want to be kept informed. There's a relationship there. And that by the owner of the store, the manager of the store, sending out a newsletter saying, well, it's already October 7, and in Southern California here by the water, it's the last days of summer, the next couple of weeks. But in other areas, people are wearing a sweater, or they're getting their raincoat or umbrella ready. But we're not here unless the thunderstorm comes again. And then we can still walk on the beach also. And so here's what is in our store today for all of that. So walking on the beach, we have these sandals, right? And we have, well, you don't need as much sunblock this time of year, but you want to have something in case the wind shifts, so a light pullover.
Light jacket, yeah.
And you click here to see what it's all about, right? And then we also have, for going out with the family, some new sneakers or something, or go-aheads or slip-ons that are really comfortable. And then there's something for the kids. Let's say there's a 4-year-old. And so something for that. And so there's a relationship, right? And so is this something you would do for them? You're not looking for more work, or get paid, but this is something they should want to do, not you.
Yes. So really, so what you're describing is like storytelling. Your storytelling marketing. So basically, you're painting them a picture of what's going on, putting them in the picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's not, cold out yet, but it's getting windy. Maybe you want to take a walk by the beach, and just kind of like paint the picture for them so they can connect with that story. And so they'll think, you know what, that would be a cute jacket to wear by the beach. Let me click on that and see more about it. So yes, story storytelling and painting a picture for them. And
Yeah.
that's what I explain and kind of help coach them to understand with the marketing and the copywriting.
Yeah, I get it. I love that stuff. So, and so that's what's in the newsletter. So how often would you recommend a small boutique retailer like that? Would you do it weekly?
Yes, I would say weekly if it's just a regular newsletter.
And just a quickie.
Yeah, a quick newsletter, trying to give them, what are the new arrivals and kind of show them pictures with models and things like that. But if it's around holiday time or a special event, I would do 2 or 3 times a week because you want to stay on top of their mind. So definitely staying on top of them and segmenting the people that clicked on it but maybe didn't buy. So then you'll send them a different message. Be like, hey, did you see something you like there? Come on back. And I get those messages too when I'm like shopping online. I'll get follow-up messages to be like, oh, you missed something in your cart type of things. And those type of messages convert. Those type of messages convert because the person's already interested. They already want to buy the product. They just kind of need a little extra nudge to kind of get them to actually put their credit card information in. So yeah, those type of things goes in the whole email marketing strategy.
Well, look what CVS is doing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get the number, of course, but also then you go buy something because you've got a coupon, or when you pay your bill, they give you the long list of 10 cents off or 40% off. Say, wow, and there's an expiration date, right?
Right,
so,
right.
So it brings you back, right? And so then the minute you go back and you buy the thing on the last minute before it expires. But I know that they don't have discounts on alcohol. It's only on stuff, right?
Yeah, other things.
Yeah, right. So
yeah, that's a good idea too. Just offering those discounts to, or like discount codes or percentage off of already, existing clients or existing customers. So get them to be a returning customer. And so like, oh, I got this 20% off discount. I don't want to let it go to waste. Let me go ahead and use it. So different things like that to get the repeat customers and repeat clients back in the door.
Right. And then 2 days later, after the thing expired and you've already spent the $20, you get another coupon on your email. It says, hey, 32% off on Neutrogena stuff.
Right. Yeah,
I don't want Neutrogena, but I'll go back in the store and see what else there is.
Exactly. That's how they get you.
Right. They do a really good job on it. It's a lesson in marketing. Okay, so let's turn to another type of client. What other kinds of clients? We talked about a restaurant. We talked about a small boutique. So what else?
So I've also worked with coaching clients, people that are coaches. So I work with relationship coach and anger management coach, which is actually really interesting. So with them, everything is kind of basically online with their marketing. It's not anything like face-to-face. Everything's online. So with them, you kind of have to build up their presence, likability, and trust. So I build a marketing campaign around them being the forefront of their business. So they're making videos on YouTube. They're sending out posts and things on their social media. They also have an email list. And with them, it's more relational and storytelling, because you want to give info about whatever it is of their expertise it is to their potential client. So with the relationship coach, I ran her email marketing and I would tell stories about how she overcame certain things within her relationship to get to where she is today. And if this is something that you are dealing with and need help with, go ahead and book a call with me now. Something like that. And so I would build this story, and also I would push on those pain points, because with coaches, you don't actually have like a physical product. You are the product. Your knowledge is the product. So you have to push on those pain points of people that you can help, but they don't know that they need your help. So you have to like stay and just kind of phrase certain things in a way that touches them. So they'd be like, yeah, this is something I've been struggling with. This is something that I need. And that's a different type of marketing, because it's like emotional marketing. You really have to pull on the heartstrings of people to get them to actually be a client, to say like, I need help. You are the one to help me.
So you mentioned anger management. So I'm going to try to be funny here, but it's not funny. So there's a store owner and they get PO'd at somebody and they say, rah, rah. So it's not that kind of anger, right?
No. Actually, so this particular anger management coach, he worked with youth. He worked with young boys and girls to help them with
so
their anger management.
Family oriented.
Absolutely. Right. So he actually targeted the parents and specifically the mothers, because the mothers are the one that usually care about their kids. Like, oh, little Billy just having all this trouble. He keeps getting in trouble in school. We just need some help. And so we're targeting the mothers because they're the ones that care. They're the ones that want to get help for their child.
So dad does too, but
dad does too.
Well, you get through it kind of thing rather than be proactive.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, well, I think that's a cool thing you're doing there, and it's very woman-oriented, but not necessarily only women. But that's your target.
Yes, for that particular client.
So are these like special talk shows? Are you those are more private things, not Zoom talks?
As far as what?
Helping people out, anger management.
He had sessions. He had like full-blown sessions and programs. So he had an online course that they can go through the online course. He had a workbook for that course. He also had a book that he purchased too, which we were doing as a freebie. So you got to have your lead magnet. So we were using it as a lead magnet to get people in, but then he would do like one-on-one sessions with the family, with the child, to kind of help them with building tools to help manage their anger.
Got it. Well, that's really interesting. So there's a lot of uses for marketing techniques, and doing it digitally, it is so much better than the old way. Gosh.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook. Okay, do you use Facebook, or is that something for your parents?
It's a little bit for the older generation. I will admit I do have a Facebook page and I have a Facebook business page. But the reason why I particularly don't like Facebook is because Facebook are not showing your content to enough people. They're just really not. It's a small circle, and you have to work really hard, because what they want you to do is they want you to buy ads. They want you to buy ads to boost your visibility, to get in front of other people. But it's like, okay, I have a friend list of 5,000. Can you at least show it to 10%, 15%? They show it to 1% of your actual friend list. And so because of that, I don't feel like it's worth the work that you have to put in to actually market on Facebook. Now, if you already have a lot of friends on Facebook, you have a group that you're active in, then it definitely can be beneficial to people who already have like a strong presence. But if you're just starting out and you're trying to get going, I wouldn't necessarily go the Facebook route.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I just found a home in LinkedIn. On the personal thing, but I'm going to get into the business, and I'm definitely going to look into that Google business page. Those are good ideas. Facebook is okay, but then there's so much stuff going on on Facebook, and I just don't care, and I just can't get into it. But LinkedIn I found to be very rewarding because of the connections, and you just figure out a message, simple message, that if you see somebody saying something, all you got to do is click on them, and introduce yourself real quick without don't sell anything, just yourself, and give them your LinkedIn page or website, and if they're interested, they'll click, and then you start building a relationship one by one, and eventually it mushrooms. And so it must be the same way on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever else there is. So
the platforms are kind of different as far as like how you market on them, because based on the audience that's on there. So on Instagram, I'm kind of learning Before, my main platform was Instagram. I would post, I would go live, I would do all those things. But because Instagram is owned by Facebook, it's kind of giving me that Facebook vibe right now, where it's like it's only showing my content, which I work very hard to create, to a very small percentage of my followers because they want you to buy ads. And so, but also with Instagram, it's good for people with actual products and services and like selling goods online. So people can actually visually see the services or products that you offer. Now, if you're like a coach or something like that, I would go with TikTok because you can give quick tips and things like that to people that are interested, and then they can just click the link on the bio if they want to know more about your services. So it's different type of platforms that works with different type of professions, I think personally.
Yeah. And so is video better than Clubhouse, for instance?
Video is better, yes. Video converts way more over than audio or than text. Yeah.
Yeah. So all about San Diego here is what the show is all about. And San Diego is a big place. I mean, do you know it's one of the largest landmass cities in the country? I mean, it's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, so it goes all the way to the Tijuana border and along the coast, and then inland about 20 miles. And yeah, it's all part of the county, but within the county is the city. All right. And then it goes all the way up to Escondido and through Rancho Bernardo and all the way up there. And then fingers around the coast. But it's just a huge city environment and something like approaching 3 million people.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the county has like other cities like Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas. So they're not included in the city population. That's in addition. So the Southern California is just immense. And a lot of people don't understand that. So I wanted to launch this program so that we do a walking tour or a historical tour or meet business people in 92101 or in the adjacent areas. That's why I call it Plus. And so it's really nice to meet you and to learn about your business. I think it's fascinating. And of course, I'm still active in business after all these years, but what you guys have in your age bracket and next level younger than you is just, it's larger than the baby boomer population was in the 70s and 80s. I mean, it's actually larger numbers, according to the people that count. So, count the people, not they don't count at all, but they count the people.
Right.
Let's get the words right here. So digital's here to stay, right? It's only going to get better.
It's only getting better.
And faster, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. And so what do you think of the idea? This is not political, it's just business. But I mean, what do you think of the idea about free college? So they're referring to 2 years of community college rather than Harvard or UCSD, but it's still okay if you have a good teacher.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go as long as you have a good teacher.
Right. So I feel like that would be awesome, and very beneficial for our young kids and youth coming up. But the thing that they have to change is they have to change the professors and the teachers. And so who are actually teaching about business classes, marketing classes? Are there just teachers? Are there people who actually done it and succeeded? That's where they have to change. I'm
pointing at you. You would be perfect.
Exactly.
On a part-time adjunct professor kind of a thing, because they want to listen to you,
exactly.
and you can relate, or people like you, as opposed to me or some old retired teacher
which is what they usually have.
Right. Right.
And yeah, so if they're giving out free education, cool. Give some education that's usable and that we can actually apply in our real life. Because if you're giving this old textbook information, that's not going to help anyone actually succeed.
Yeah. So what about the idea of putting trades into that college? Like, for instance, learning how to be a plumber or an electrician. I mean, these guys, if they do well, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And far more than if they got a liberal arts degree and learned how to speak French. Who cares?
Right. So actually, my husband works for Job Corps. I don't know if you're familiar with that
I've heard of it,
organization. Yeah, so it's a trade school that helps students from 18 to be like 24, help them learn trades. So it's in hospitality, it's in security, it's in plumbing, automotive, all the different type of skills or trades that you may want to pursue after school. So it's very, very intentional and direct information. It's not all this broad information about all these different subjects. It's particularly about that trade. And then they help you, once you finish the program, they help you get a job in that trade. So I feel like there should be more like organizations like Job Corps rather than just regular community colleges or universities, because it's more focused on an actual skill.
That I totally agree with you. I applaud that. That's great. And I think again, it's not political, it's just business, but there's nobody better to organize that kind of a thing on a scale basis than professional labor unions. Certainly they're going to get a fee and all that out of whatever you make, but it's worth it because it's a training ground and there's a collective idea. You're not in it alone, and it's like a networking thing. So I happen to think that the whole idea of Build Back Better and some of these programs, perfect. It's exactly what we need, and it's all business. It has nothing to do with socialism. It's all about business training. So I totally get it, and it's very practical.
Yes.
Well, Tori, I want you to come back on this program and let's stay in touch.
Absolutely.
Because we just scratched the surface here. And it's all about digital marketing. And frankly, I've learned a lot from you in this 30 minutes or so. And I certainly hope our audience has too. So I'll get you this program in its edited on-demand form. And then you do whatever you want with it. And we're going to blast it out too.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much, Ed, for having me. This was fun. Talking to you. And if anyone wants to find me or just find me online, you can go to soulfulmediamarketing.com, or you can go to my Instagram with Soulful Media Inc.
Okay, now spell that out.
SOULFULMEDIA marketing.
Okay, soulful.
Like soulful. Like you're soulful.
Soulful. Yeah, all right. I love that alliteration. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Ciao and thank you. This is Ed in 92101. And that's Tori in South Bay. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.